Hey everybody, it's Annette Dion here coming at you on Sunday, March 22nd. I hope everybody is holding up, being holed up. It's an interesting time. We'll just leave it at that. I'm here to offer you some insight and tarot card reading about what's going on. One thing I want to mention is being stuck at home doesn't have to be a terrible thing. You don't have to view it as being stuck. Remember all those times that you just wish you could just go home and relax? Well, now you can for a very long time. So let's keep light and know that actually humor and comedy, like if it's old Seinfeld episodes or whatever you like to listen to, favorite comedian. I like that Sebastian guy with the Italian last name. He's quite funny. That's my culture anyway. So I'm going to do a reading about what's going on. I also just want to offer a few thoughts. If you're intuitive and you sense that there's something illicit going on behind the scenes in government, probably shouldn't say this on my YouTube channel, but let me just say that you can follow that thread in your thinking and see where it leads you. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, so if you have a space in your home, could be an attic, a basement, a spare room, I think this is a really good time to claim that room as your own and to make that your spiritual peace out space. I can't emphasize the power of that. For me, I'm fortunate I have an office. There's nobody around, especially now. And I can just kind of work from here. It's a quiet peace out space. So I'm very grateful for that, especially now. I'm going to pull a few cards, and this is going to be about what's coming up for the next few days. Really important for people that aren't used to having all this time and free space. If you can get yourself involved with some online courses and get on some kind of a schedule, like so that you kind of have a routine, and I highly recommend do not stay in bed. Do as best you can to get your mind on the channel. Like our minds have different channels, and we can be on the channel of fear and dread and the end of the world and all that, or we can attune our minds to spiritual leaders, whether they're here on the earthly plane or not. We can tune our minds to I don't know, the Bible, or spiritual scriptures, or your favorite spiritual books, because this is a time, for one thing, there's just a gazillion things going on. But one of them is that we are, and I've been saying this for some time now, moving from a material-based existence to an energy existence. And I know that probably seems a little nebulous, but what I mean is we're starting to almost enter into another dimension where, like the virus itself is kind of an invisible, it's invisible to the naked eye. It's something that's kind of like more energy than anything, else, and it does have a sort of intelligence too. We can access the spiritual realm and use things like thought energy and prayer and bringing ourselves to a meditative state to shift the vibration. If you want to know more about that, I will be doing more YouTube videos about that. A lot of it is my own intuitive guidance, which we all have. Some spend more time developing it than others. It happens to be my profession, so I have a lot to say. So, on that note, I don't like to make these videos too long. I want to keep your interest. I'm going to pull 3 cards that are for the next, just looking at my calendar. Well, I'm going to say just for today, because there's so much going on. As I said in my video yesterday, things are going to be changing on the half hour. So it's not going to be like day to day things change. It's not like that. It's like on the half hour, we're going to have new news. So don't overwhelm yourself. Take a break from the news. Like I said, comedy is awesome. A lot of musicians like myself are doing online little concerts. There's nothing that's more inspiring to me than that. My hero Neil Young is doing it, and that kind of got me going. Like I need to do that. So stay tuned. I'll put it on YouTube. also. So 3 cards for like today and tomorrow. And those of you who are interested, find me on Facebook every Monday at noon. I do a live show. It might be a recorded show this Monday with the Bridge K Fan, which is on Facebook. So look for that. If you'd like a session, email me at AnnetteDion7@gmail.com and I'll get right back to you. So, the cards for the next day. The Ace of Swords. Okay, so now this indicates that the message that we receive is going to get more refined, and we're going to kind of know what's happening, what people in real leadership roles, have to say becomes more consistent and more like reliable and more truth. So that's a really good card. And I also feel like people that are communicating with each other, they kind of start to get the story straight, like main themes. I want to call it physical distancing, because we don't have to socially distance, because we can do FaceTime and such online. And I think that's a horrible term. So we're all getting the message, physical distancing. We're all carriers. In a recent reading, I said I think 75% of us are carrying the virus. And like I mentioned, I think I've already had it. So this is a message is becoming very the undeniably true messages are going to be very evident. The Queen of Cups, I've said before that I feel like there are some very powerful females in leadership positions that are coming forward, and not only like leaders in the political arena, but also leaders in science. This is going to be a time that females really shine their lights very brightly. So look for that. That's going to be, I feel like this is the next 24 hours. You're going to hear from some powerful females that are taking a very important role in getting the message out and fighting this thing. The third card is, this is a card of loss. I have pulled this before in regards to what's happening. I just want to encourage everybody to understand death is a part of life. Sorry, I know this might feel like news, but it's in our faces right now. Our culture does not have any real discussion that happens about death. This is, nature doing what nature does, and right now it's in our faces that it's not very pleasant. So as much as you can, lift your energy up from the sadness and the grief and find what's good. I recommend making a gratitude list. That's huge. I mean, I can think of like 20 things right now on the spot that I'm really grateful for that I have during these challenging times, and send help to others. Organize like Zoom meetings with your friends. Just get together for 40 minutes and talk. I mean, that makes a huge difference. I know when I've been in difficult circumstances in my life, the power of feeling a group of supportive people. Don't bring the energy down by talking about how bad everything is. Bring it up. How you doing? Tell some jokes. Share some books, movies, that have been uplifting. This is not a time to be in sorrow. This is a time to be in hope. And look at the good along with the reality. That'll get you through, I promise. I'll check back tomorrow, and thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel. It's brand freaking new. I just started it, so I appreciate all the help and subscribers and likes and all that. If you dislike it, keep it to yourself. Okay. Love you all, and smile. Okay, bye.